Can you imagine having Brad Pitt play the role of Neo instead of Keanu Reeves? What about seeing Josh Hartnett play Batman? That would be strange too. But guess what? You would have seen it happen if the actors mentioned didn't turn down these major roles. With that being said, let's take a look at some of the actors who turned down crazy deals for massive roles. And we'll kick it off with none other than Millie Bobby Brown. The young actress was offered a fortune to play Eleven in a spin-off of Stranger Things.
You have cancer? Did he run away? Are you in some kind of trouble? Is that blood? Stop it! You're freaking her out! She's freaking me out!
I bet she's deaf. Not deaf.
Alright, that's enough, alright? She's just scared and cold.
But turned it down. Brown reportedly turned down $12 million to star in the spin-off. According to reports in The Sun and the Daily Mail this week, she made the decision so that she might branch out into other roles. However, the Stranger Things writer's official Twitter account responded negatively to the news. They denied that Millie was made such an offer, let alone turning it down. Creators Matt and Ross Duffer have spoken openly about creating spin-offs to keep the Stranger Things franchise alive as the core series enters its 5th and final season. The Duffer brothers made it clear, though, that their spin-off ideas did not center around well-known characters. In an interview with the Happy Sad Confused podcast last year, regardless of whether Millie Bobby Brown turned down the role or not, the facts remain that several Hollywood actors have had to say no to big roles in the past. One of such actors is Denzel Washington. The director of Seven, David Fincher, had only directed one film before Seven, and that film was the disastrous Alien 3. This may have been a factor in Washington's decision to turn down the role of the veteran detective, or cocky rookie, which ultimately went to Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Washington curiously went on to star in a number of serial killer thrillers, similar to Seven in the years following the film's release, such as 1999's The Bone Collector and 2021's The Little Things. Leonardo DiCaprio also turned down a significant movie role. In 2008, DiCaprio acknowledged that he had passed up the lead role in Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights. If you remember, this was the film that launched the career of Mark Wahlberg. DiCaprio opted to take on the role of Jack in Titanic instead, and we can all agree that it was a good movie in the end, as Titanic went on to become one of the biggest films of all time. Anderson and DiCaprio actually met to discuss the part, but he left the meeting feeling uneasy due to Anderson's inexperience as a director. DiCaprio did have his regrets, as he told GQ, "Boogie Nights is a movie I loved and wish I would have done. But if given the chance to do it over again, would Leonardo DiCaprio turn down Titanic instead? I seriously doubt it." DiCaprio continued, "Both are fantastic, and I regret not being able to participate in Boogie Nights. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to make the movies I make now or have the career I have if I hadn't done Titanic." Next up is Madonna, who interestingly turned down a role in The Matrix. Even when her artistic choices are met with ridicule and criticism, Madonna has never been one to back down. She admitted, though, that there was one film role she had hastily written off. She informed Jimmy Fallon of her decision to pass on the role in The Matrix during an interview this year. She claimed that was a role she regrets not taking, because as we all know, The Matrix ended up being a Hollywood blockbuster. Although Madonna never specifically said which character in the 1999 picture she didn't want to play, it's safe to assume that it was the female lead, Trinity, which went to Carrie-Anne Moss. Madonna claimed in the same interview that she was approached for the roles of Catwoman in Batman Returns and Naomi Malone in the infamous Showgirls. Speaking of The Matrix, did you know that Brad Pitt also passed up a role in the film? Pitt has said he wishes he had accepted the part of Neo in The Matrix. In 2020, he joked, "I took the red pill," which refers to a decision in the film between gaining complete knowledge and continuing to live in blissful ignorance. He continued by saying, "Maybe it's because of where I grew up, but I was taught that if I didn't earn something, it didn't belong to me." Of course, Keanu Reeves was cast as Neo, and Pitt hinted in the same interview that he had turned down many other major film roles, not just The Matrix. Think about it. Would Brad Pitt have played the part of Neo better than Keanu Reeves? Maybe not, being that Reeves has a lot more martial arts experience than he does. Besides Madonna and Brad Pitt, it just so happens that Will Smith also turned down a role in The Matrix. It seems like no one but Keanu Reeves believed in the film. In 2019, Smith verified a long-standing rumor that he turned down the role of Neo in favor of a film that received much less critical acclaim. According to a YouTube video, Smith met Blade Runner filmmakers Lana and Lily Wachowski, but found it difficult to grasp their vision for bullet time, which is the slow-motion effect that Neo learns to master. Instead, Smith said he made the decision to star in the infamous 1999 bomb, Wild Wild West, which he's been bitter about ever since. He also revealed that he didn't think he was the right man to play Neo. In fact, he said he was pretty sure he would have botched the film if he'd taken the role. Matt Damon's up next, and he's revealed that he turned down a role in James Cameron's Avatar. In 2007, Cameron tried to convince Damon to star in the film with the promise of a leading role and 10% of the film's earnings. Avatar, which became the highest-grossing movie of all time, starred Sam Worthington instead. This means that Damon missed out on an estimated $200 million. Damon playfully sulked, as he said he had left more money on the table than any other actor in Hollywood by turning down the role. The fact that this might have been his one and only chance to collaborate with Cameron is his biggest disappointment. Who knows? Maybe Cameron will consider him for a different role in a different movie. Another actress who ducked a huge movie role was Christina Applegate, and that movie is none other than Legally Blonde. Although Reese Witherspoon's portrayal of Elle Woods in the film is iconic, the role was first offered to Christina Applegate. Applegate said in 2015 that she had declined the role because she felt it was too similar to her role on the hit sitcom Married with Children. She admitted that she was scared of repeating herself by playing a similar role. Applegate did admit that Reese Witherspoon deserved the role, and that she definitely did a better job than she would have done. Interestingly, both Reese Witherspoon and Christina Applegate played Rachel's sisters on Friends. Michael Keaton has also been guilty of shunning a major role, specifically in Groundhog Day. Much like it's hard to imagine Legally Blonde without Reese Witherspoon, Groundhog Day without Bill Murray is also unthinkable. But Bill wasn't the studio's initial casting choice for the role of a sarcastic meteorologist who got caught in a time loop. That consideration went to Keaton, and he gave his reasons for turning it down. After reading the script in the early 1990s, Keaton told Entertainment Weekly in 2014 that he just didn't get it. I bet he does now.